Guys, get ready to make the juiciest, most flavorful barbecue chicken you've ever tasted. Barbecue chicken has to definitely be one of my favorite foods. It's easy to make, it's super flavorful, and it's perfect for when you're hosting guests. So today we're going to be cooking with chicken thighs, not chicken breast. Back when I was younger, I only used to eat chicken breast. I always thought the thigh was the bad part of the meat, like most people do. Thigh is a bit darker, so it's not as nice to look at. But I can tell you now that the thigh is 10 times better when you barbecue it. Chicken thigh always stays juicy and flavorful, and it's really, really hard to dry it out. Now, I actually came across this recipe by accident. Back in the day, I used to try and replicate a chicken dish that I used to buy from a restaurant here. So I used to just buy the basting, coat my chicken in it, put it in the fridge for X amount of hours, then cook it on the barbecue, and it never tasted the same. It never had the same amount of flavor as the restaurant would have. But in the end, I ended up doing a little trick with some barbecue sauce at home here during the cook, and it absolutely blew my mind how much more flavor I could get out of this chicken just cooking it at home. Okay, today we're just going to be seasoning this chicken in something simple, as majority of the flavor will come from the sauce we add later on. But we're just going to be using some garlic powder, onion salt, some normal salt, and some cracked pepper. Okay, so I like to just make sure I'm putting just a sort of a normal amount on. You don't have to go too crazy. As I was saying earlier, most of the actual flavor will come from the barbecue sauce later. Okay, so we just give that a nice pat just to get everything to stick onto it. Flip it over. Okay, so then we just season the other side of it, because you have to season meat on both sides. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's one of the most important things. Don't take any shortcuts. Okay, now we're just going to let this sit for a bit, let it soak in those flavors, and we'll go start up the barbecue. Okay, today I'm going to be using my Kamado smoker to cook the chicken. As you would have probably heard in my previous videos, you can reuse whatever remaining charcoal is in there from the last cook. All we do, we add a little bit more to the center of the pile here, and then that's good for another cook. And today I'm using mallee root charcoal. It's just purchased locally here. This charcoal burns really clean and there's no dirty smoke smell that comes off it. In the past, I've used some cheaper imported charcoals, and when you're cooking with the lid down, you can notice the difference in taste. Okay, we don't need too much, because like I said, we're going to reuse what's already left in there from the last cook. Okay, so today we're going to be using a direct cook method, so we're not going to have the heat deflector in. We're literally going to go just charcoal, and we're going to have the cooking grate straight on top. That allows us to get enough heat to really sear the chicken and get a nice caramelization on the barbecue sauce. Okay, so to start up the barbecue, all we need is a couple of these little wax fire cubes. Just pop them in there. And then I just build a little pile over the top of it. And we leave that for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Okay guys, we are good to cook on. Here's a little pro tip for you. Look how much heat we've got now coming out of that. So what you got to do, once you've lit it for about 10 minutes, close the lid with both air vents open, the top one on max and the bottom one on max. And it makes a huge difference for the airflow, and the thing, it's like it's got a turbo on it. The thing heats up so quickly and it gets super hot. Alright, so now this charcoal is all lit up. It's hot enough to cook this chicken on. Okay, so we'll just pop that cooking grate on. If you guys have a charcoal grill, get yourself one of these metal bristle brushes. They're awesome for scraping the grill down. It makes it super easy to clean. Okay, so what we're going to do now, just pop these on in the center. We're going to cook with the lid down to try and let all that flavor from the charcoal get into the chicken. We're going to cook the chicken about 70 to 80% cooked, and then we're going to use some barbecue sauce and a basting brush to baste the chicken, and that's where that extra flavor is going to come from. Believe me, once you guys start cooking chicken thigh on the barbecue, you will not go back to your old ways. Okay guys, I always use a quick read thermometer to check for doneness. It's a game changer for steaks as well, to If you want a good medium rare steak, these things are perfect. It makes life a whole lot easier so you don't have to actually cut into your meat to see if it's cooked or not. So to use it, just open it up, literally probe the piece of meat. There you go, you can see that's at 65 degrees now. So we are about, I'd say about sort of 70 to 80% of the way cooked now. Just checking that temperature reading. We're going to be aiming for something in the high 70s when we're fully cooked. So what we're going to do now is we're going to baste it in barbecue sauce. Little pro tip for you guys, get yourself a rubber bristled brush. These things are heaps easier to clean. In the past I had a mop, like a barbecue mop, which was made out of some sort of cotton, and trying to clean the thing, it was never the same. It always had a bad smell to it, so get yourselves a rubber one. It's heaps easier to clean. You just put it in your dishwasher and simple as that. So with your barbecue sauce, you can literally use any barbecue sauce. This is the cheapest stuff you can get from the supermarket, which I used by accident because I just had it laying around in the cupboard. All you need to do is give it a squirt and just get your brush, paint it on so it's all even. And this is where the magic happens. That is hot. It is burning my hands. So that's it, guys. Close the lid back down. Give it a minute or two, and then we're going to flip it back over, do the other side. You'll see it's going to get a really nice caramelization and a nice color to it. Okay, so it's time to turn them. Now we just do the opposite side. Brush it all back on again. And now what happens is the other side is now directly above that fire, that charcoal, and that's how you get it to caramelize really nicely. That's where all that flavor comes from once it's cooked. Okay, so now it's time for baste number 3. I know it's a bit of work, but once you try this, you will understand why we do it. Also guys, another thing to mention, when you're cooking this, don't worry too much about where your temperature's sitting. I cook with both vents open the whole time to get the maximum amount of heat, and it cooks awesome. Just keep turning it so it doesn't burn. Okay, and this is our final baste of our chicken. Alright guys, we are all cooked. Have a look at that. Yeah, that is some good barbecue chicken. This has come up so nice. Have a look at that. Look how much moisture is in it. To serve this, you can literally cut it up and make it into chicken tacos, or you can just eat it straight with your hands. It's that hard to resist. Oh guys, you need to try this. It's sticky, it's juicy, it's flavorful. Oh, I'm gonna end up eating all 4 of these thighs on my own, I think. It's a shame you guys can't smell and taste this through that screen, because you are missing out right now. No need to go to a restaurant when you can cook something like this at home, just on your barbecue in about 20 minutes. If this looks like something you guys would cook at home, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll keep bringing you more recipes like this. For more barbecue videos, click up here in this corner. Thank you for watching and happy grilling.